Howdy folks, welcome back to Space Engineers. As you can see, we got full sunlight on the kelp farms. They are chugging away. And we got some food coming in, which is awesome. Also, I had a little visit from some wolves. So, we've got some wolf steaks. Keep my eye out, they keep showing up. So, what do we got to do today? Let's check here. Have any meals? I think this should open the inventory. That's a bug. Yeah, we got one little meal there. Looks like we have some raw. Let's go ahead and get that cooked up. And then, in case a wolf wanders by, let me hop in the cockpit here. And you can see I've got a little data pad. So I went ahead and made a to-do list on the data pad. Open that up. So I want to move the survival kit over to the base. We need to find some cobalt that will help us get some storage going. Then I want to build a cargo container. And then I kind of want to work on just a basic habitat here at this little base. Somewhere where we're protected from wolves. We can get warm. We can sleep through the night without getting eaten. That kind of thing. So that's the main goal here. Also, I want to add solar panels to the side of that at some point because it's already tracking the sun. So it makes sense to put some solar around that. So before I forget, let me just add that to the to-do list. Solar panels. There we go. That save? It did. So, I need to go search for some cobalt. Did I find any cobalt on the way over here? I don't think I did. Nope, I don't see any cobalt noted. So I need to go do a little exploring. I've got a little bit of food, so I can do that. I can do some driving around. I'm going to keep my eye out for any fruit, vegetables, or wheat or anything like that we can pick up to keep growing. And that might be kind of boring. So I'm just going to drive around, put a cut in here, and I'll be back. Yeah, I've been driving for almost 2 in-game hours. And not finding a lot of ore, but I just came past. And I saw cobalt pop up here by the silver somewhere. Where'd you go, cobalt? There it is. We've got some cobalt deep underground. It's, yeah, it's just the ore detector has a 50-meter range, so I'm surprised it's even picking it up. But hey, let's go see if we can find some cobalt, because we definitely need that for making storage. We need that for the metal grids, I think they're called. So yeah, all right, we're picking it up. Let's just start drilling down. I just realized the survival rover doesn't have an O2H2 generator on it. It has a hydrogen tank, which was filled with hydrogen, and it has an oxygen tank with a vent, so it's keeping the oxygen tank full. Yeah, there's no O2H2 on there, so we can't actually make more hydrogen until I build one of those. Just happened to kind of wonder about that and went and looked. So let me dig down to this and grab some, and I'm going to do a little more driving, circling around, see what else I can find. And then we'll be back at base and we'll get some stuff built. There, finally, that beautiful blue. It took a little while with this level 1 drill. Or level 0, I guess, drill. However you want to look at it. Need to get that on the to-do list. Once we get some of the basics done. Alright, now I gotta find my way out of here. It's gonna be a little tricky. And it looks like I drilled a little too close to the rover because it's now sitting in the hole. So I hope I can get out. Whoops! Oh boy. Can I get out of here? Oh, Oh, so close. What if I use the built-in, the roller over thing? It makes me want to go the other direction. Yeah, I might have made a little bit of a mistake. All right, how do we engineer our way out of this? We have a gyroscope, and it is set to override when it's turned on. So let me turn the power down. Oh, it's set. Okay, so that must toggle on the override. So it was set to 5. All right, let me turn that back up. Now can I use this to... No, it's not controlling anything. Cockpit controls gyros. Yes, please. Power over... Oh, no. I want to turn that back off now that I've reset it. Derp. I'm going to tilt the nose down. Down. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We engineered our way out of that one. Let me set the gyro back to the self-righting mechanism. So that was 5 on the pitch, right? Or was it yaw? I forget now. No, it was the other one. My bad. Gyroscope. Alright, turn the power down. There we go. Alright, that's back how it was. Alrighty, throw everything in there. Let it process some stone. I'm gonna fall back into the earth, gather up some more cobalt, and we'll be on our way. Bonk. Okay, back at base, got some of the cobalt refining. Refining? No, refining. That's the word I was looking for. And I want to get some more of these floors built out. That was not facing the same way, is it? Accidentally put the wrong kind of wall there. Let's keep it consistent, otherwise that'll bother me. I'm gonna run out of interior plates. Alright, let's put a ramp there just for easy access. Then I want to start building, I want a cargo container. I think the thing to do would be to build it right there. So let's get rid of this stuff. I know I'm going to want one of those eventually. And I'm going to want a cargo container. Alright, we'll let that stuff process up. So this will really help. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn that off. I don't want those to keep popping up. It's kind of annoying. Maybe if I want to, towards the end of the series, we'll do Prototech, but that's not really in the cards for this series. So I need to remember to turn that off. Alright, I want to be careful not close up my access. This is the only conveyor access I have. There's no access up on the top there. There we go. We have a cargo container. Awesome. Let's see. Did I get everything out of here? Throw the gravel in there, I guess. That'll work. Alright, let's throw everything in there. I want some stuff just so I can have things to work with. I'll throw those in there for now. Found a bunch of fruit and one vegetable while I was out and about. The resources are fairly scant, which I guess is fine. Now, I know I wanted to work on the hab, but I think in order to work on the hab, I'm going to need more iron and stuff, so I want to get a cargo container on here. This just has, like, almost no cargo space. So I'm going to expand the rover a little bit. Let's get that stuff into production. Now that's probably going to make it a little back heavy. So we're going to kind of need to... How are those attached? Got a spare tire under there. That's kind of cool. Oh, they're attached from this direction. Got it. So we may need some wheels on the back, or this thing will be popping wheelies. But I guess... Actually, I was going to move the survival kit. Let's do that. We need to move that. So, no doggos around, hopefully. Let's get this thing moved. Survival kit. Let's get that on our hotbar. Let's move this to our base. I think we have enough parts. Hello? Oh, where do I want this? Great question. I'll stick it here for now. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And we have a survival kit. Let's get recharged. Then we could put a medium cargo here on this guy. Actually, we might need an adapter first. So I think that'll be on here. Conveyor. Converter. That has, yeah, 3 down the middle. So we'll put that one of those there. Then I want a medium cargo container. There. That'll make this a lot better for gathering up resources. Wolves are pretty silent. They just kind of show up and start eating you. So keeping an eye out for those. This will help me when I'm bringing ore back, because it barely holds anything. There we go. And then it would be good to have a connector on the back. So we can eventually hook up to the base for transferring ore and charging. Alright, let's dump that out. Still chugging away. Let's see how many meals we got while I was out running around. Actually, I think I pulled those out since I got back, didn't I? Yeah, we got... I think I had 2 when I got back. Anyway, it's cranking through the kelp, which is good. That's going to keep us alive. Eventually, we'll be able to make more complex meals once we get the farm going. But for now, it's kelp chips and wolf meat. How are we looking on the old production here? Are we out of... Nope, it's just chugging through. We need to get a regular assembler going pretty soon. Do I want to do that before I start building out the base? I might want to do that. get a full-size assembler going. We're going to need a lot of components to get this base built up and sealed. You don't really need an airlock. I would like it to be weather sealed though. 'Cause there are storms, and the storms can actually do damage to you. It's a new thing. We need an O2, H2 generator. We need lots of stuff. Here we go. We should have our connector. There we go. Now we can get a bunch of ore in that. So how are we looking in the refiner? I'll go ahead and run that through. Yeah, we're getting a decent amount of cobalt out of there. Cool. What would it take to make a full-size assembler? I want to move this bed. And a half bed. I don't know for sure where I'm going to have that. Let's just stick it here for now. You can always move it around. Think about putting the assembler here. So if we go to assembler. Do something like that for now. Where is my cargo container? There it is. Move that stuff out, because I'm going to use the parts from this. And we probably will be shy some parts. We'll be shy a few parts. We can make, I think, all of those. Oh no, we can't make the metal grids in the survival rover, in the survival kit. Never mind. We need that basic assembler for a little bit. Where's your? There it is. Connector. Let's put you back. We need at least 10 metal grids out of you. Production, assembler. Wouldn't make me some metal grids. There's 4 displays. Let's make some motors. Computers. Once it's made those, we'll get a regular assembler going here. There we go. I think the regular assembler can make at least 1 better level tools, maybe 2, the right components. So we need those quickly. All right, let's get down to the build planner. Those into production. What am I missing here? Oh, a whole bunch of computers. Alright, fair enough. We'll let that crunch away. How's our food looking? Not terrible. Let's go grab a wolf steak. I have to move it to our inventory before we can eat it. I put a sci-fi one in there too? No, that's a regular interior wall. Alright. We are good. It doesn't seem like, at least with the basic tools, you don't use very much energy anymore, welding and stuff. You are out of iron. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Do we have any? We may not have enough computers. We can make those in the survival kit. Yeah, we just need a few more computers. Alright, let's get rid of you. We need that many computers. We'll have the survival kit do that for us. No doggos yet. How's our battery doing? Battery is about half charged almost. Cool. Need to get some more power going. We just got a lot of building to do. It's always building to do. Survival kit. You are out of iron and silicon? Really? You out of silicon? No, you got plenty of silicon. You're just out of iron. Yep, you're out of iron. Alright, fair enough. Throw my data pad in there as well. Take 10 plates, as you can never have too many plates. Alright, I'm gonna have to go get some iron. I'll be back. So I was out getting iron and a little bit of a storm was rolled in. You can hear the ice and snow hitting my suit and stuff. That's kind of cool. And the wind's picking up. And then you can actually get hit by debris sometimes during these storms. So, hunker down. But anyway, I'm going to get iron. That's what I'm here for. This is why I need to get that shelter built. It's pouring down snow now. This rover is super heavy now with all the iron ore in it. So I got to be a little bit careful. And I'm speeding across the landscape. Okay, I'm going to put the stone in there. I'll have it not do the computers. And the refinery. Have you do iron ore. There we are. Got it all loaded up with iron. I don't remember. I think there's a way to tell which assembler to use. But we need 43 computers, so. You're on that. Oh, I thought you could make computers. Oh, we can. There it is. Derp. There we go. 43 computers. And then it'll work on stone in the meantime. Nice big load of iron to build our base with. Might have to get something like NC's inventory manager going. It's a lot easier to manage the refineries and stuff that way. Have them do specific things. Alright. We are good to go there. Should be cranking out lots of iron. Now I want to go to refinery. I want to put you in there and you in there. I want it full of iron ore. Then you can do a little bit of cobalt. Make me lots of iron. There we go. Assembler complete. Perfect. Okay, we need some walls, but I kind of want to decide the shape of this base. So we might be shuffling some stuff around. I don't want this to be too big. In fact, this footprint might be about right, but I do want some tools. So if we go to production, tools, we need cobalt. We don't have any silver yet, but we can bake the first level. So let's get one of those, and one of those going. And oh, it upgrades the welders now. Interesting. Okay. That works for me. Kind of wish it would just automatically do this. Kind of a pain in the butt. Alright, you, and you. Perfect. We got our first set of upgraded tools. Just in time to start building a base. So if we wanted to come into the hab, should I basically just enclose what I got here? That's kind of what I'm thinking. In that case, I wouldn't want the assembler right there exposed to the outside. We'd probably want to do one more row. Have interior plate. Got a little bit of interior plate. Assembler 2, sure. Make me like 50 of those, 100 of those. We're gonna need lots of that. So just like a 5x5, I'm thinking. Then we'll stick the assembler over here. Then we'll have a solid wall back there. We'll have some windows and whatnot. The bed will probably move. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then we'll have a door right here. Alright, so let's get doors on here. Let's get windows on here. Kind of want to do maybe some interesting windows. So let's put these on here. Yeah, let's put those there, and then all the various bits and bobs of you guys on here. How's that sound? Alright, assembler 2, you're getting moved. I know, I just built you. But we gotta move you again. So we're gonna put you over here, hanging off of this guy. Weld up some of these guys to get rid of some components. Get you all back in place. It's a little faster, but it's still a little bit of a slow torch. Alright, you are just assembler. You are not assembler 3. All those are on. Those in production. I think it thinks those are the same blocks. We'll get it all figured out. Let me get the floor done, and I'm going to start working on the walls, and I'll bring it back in when I've come up with the design we're going to build. Ouch. I got struck by a chunk of ice. This storm. So I got kind of a basic idea of what I want to do here. Got some armor all around the outside. Got some windows here by the doors so we can see what's up. And I want some other windows as well. But I think I'll do different style of windows. Various places. I'm thinking we'll go pretty basic for the outside. Might do the bed with a window in there. Ow. Had a inset bed. Yeah, bed with a window. There we go. It's going to take slightly more stuff. So I don't know if you have to be like completely covered or what protects you necessarily from the storm. There we go. We got our bed back at least. Yeah, that's just bed stuff. So if I did the corner, does that... It kind of meshes in with the bed. I don't hate it. It's not going to be symmetrical though. Maybe I'll put like a suit locker or something there. Anywho, let's get this up framed at least. So in theory, no wolves can jump up here and eat me. I'll probably make some catwalks to go over to the farm, something like that. All right, get you in. Then we just basically need to weld. Let's see, let's go to this guy. What's the suit locker called? Lockers. Ow. Sure. Put one of you here. That won't seal up the ceiling, but we can make it seal up the ceiling. I'm gonna die to this ice if I'm not careful. It's a little bit of a nasty storm. I'm guessing I need fully welded blocks to protect myself from those. Also, what I want to get is some interior turrets on the outside of here to take care of the wolves. Do we get some interior plate? Apparently it did not go into production. Alright. Thank you. That was number 9. There we go. If I hide here in the doorway, I think the storm's coming from that direction. I don't know if that matters or not. Or if you're just like exposed to the air. Oh, nope, it doesn't matter. Confirmed. We need to be completely enclosed. So we're just going to get donked on the head by ice, I guess. Sun is going down. I want to get this, oops, up and going. Let's get some more of that. Don't need those for the walls necessarily. Is that all the steel plate? I need a lot of steel plate, so let's get that chugging along. Probably want to do something better than just a square there. But let's get this framed out. Oops. And then we can at least have an idea of what we're going to do. And I can get a roof over my head. That would be the main thing. I kind of want like an inset into here. Let's do that for now, and I can change it out. Really need some other blocks here. Let's do those facing in. And I may want to do some more kind of greebling, make it more interesting, but let's get enclosed so we can quit getting hit by ice chunks and eaten by wolves. And then we can make the base a little prettier maybe. This is going to take a ton of iron. That's for sure. I kind of want to do half blocks, but then we won't be able to put like lights or anything. So let's just fill this in for now. Ow. Stop wasting my hydrogen. I need to get O2H2 on the rover. I think that would be the thing to do. Alright, now I just need a bajillion steel plates. And some lights. Let's do... It's under lights. It's this guy. Yeah, that has all the lights. So I want the light panel. There we go. Need construction components. Done. There we go. That'll get some basic lighting down through here. You can go away. You were a mistake. Okay, I've got a lot of welding to do. The sun's going down, but we made some progress on our to-do list. I may have to make another iron run, but we have a little bit of stuff going on. I think one last thing. Should I get an O2H2 on the rover? What's that gonna take? I had that on my bar at one time. I think I took it off. Let's get rid of you guys for now. So we gotta look for O2H2 generator. Perfect. Let's go get one of those on the rover, and then we'll call that an episode. You are... I'm trying to remember... Yeah, you're that size. Might have to get rid of the ladder. That's going to interfere with, like, everything. Oops. Falling into my rock hole. Kind of hate to get rid of the ladder because it's kind of cool. Alternatively, I could get rid of that connector and do like a small grid connector for a charge. This is pretty tail heavy with that connector full of ore, so this might be the best route anyway. Let's do that. A couple large steel tubes and we're in business. We'll just have to refill our bottle and stuff out of the rover. Oh crap. Like, I heard that. Heard the little pitter-patter of feet. You have a friend? I panicked and hit C instead of X. It's like meat's back on the menu. So that's why I want the interior turrets around the outside of my little base. Take care of that little problem. Let's just, let's set you to 10 for now. We'll let you chug away and do stuff. Go and eat one of those. Alright, what was I doing? I was gonna see if this guy... I think I had ice in here? Yeah, I had ice in there. So it's working on filling up the Ace-2 tank. So if we go look at small hydrogen tank, yeah, it's filled back up. Nice. Still got a little bit of ice left over. Perfect. Turn the antenna back off. That was an oopsie. Alrighty, I'm going to call that an episode. I got a lot of welding to do. We made some progress, though. Thanks as always for watching, folks. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.